These are unalive citizens. Citizens are unalive each other. People are scam people. You understand me? All of these things are happening. You understand me? And out of everything what happen is where people, the people them will come out and I try to open up people eye and open up their cranium. And I say, look, you don't need to think deep at the end of the day. That's all you have a problem with. People will come out and have voice their opinion. And it's honest opinion. It may be a little bit off some of the opinion, but it's honest, Mr. Prime Minister. People come out and say how them feel about you. If you don't want to hear how people feel about you as a Prime Minister, retire.
Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness has lost his appeal against the Supreme Court ruling refusing to strike out portions of an affidavit filed by a Senior Integrity Commission official. The affidavit submitted by the Commission's former Director of Information and Complaints, Craig Beresford, forms part of the Prime Minister's legal challenge to the Commission's 2024 investigation report into his financial affairs. Dr. Holness had argued that sections of the affidavit were scandalous and sought to have them removed. Despite the setback, the Prime Minister previously succeeded in obtaining a court order requiring the Integrity Commission to disclose certain documents linked to the investigation as his substantive legal challenge continues.
Andrew, ha ha ha, you feel wait your turn. If you work hard, my youth, you will earn. Yeah, man, don't make I see if you have your name all over the place, man. You understand? So you try, boy, you bring IC to court for struck out illicit enrichment and all type of something. Yo, your time soon forward and we're there, we have pressure, you my boy. Yeah, man. And next thing, when you talk and I try intimidate the people because they talk about them country, you know, because criticism, my boss. I mean, I tell you that respectfully. You see it? So right now, when you talk, say people I do this and I say certain things and it is illegal under Jamaican Act, be specific, outline it. Stop with your little mind games, brother. You're not going to work. Oh.
The Supreme Court has granted an injunction preventing the Integrity Commission from charging the Member of Parliament for South Central St. Andrew, Dr. Andrew Wheatley, until the hearing and the determination of an application for judicial review by Dr. Wheatley. Dr. Wheatley had sought permission to pursue judicial review against the Commission's recommendation that he be charged with illicit enrichment. Supreme Court Judge Justice David Batts issued a ruling in Dr. Wheatley's favor moments ago in court. Justice Batts also granted Dr. Wheatley's application for leave to pursue judicial review. Justice Batts recommended that judicial review be heard panel of 3 judges given the importance of the matter. Initially, prior to granting the injunction, Justice Batts had invited the Commission to consider an undertaking not to charge Dr. Wheatley until the hearing and termination of the judicial review. The Commission, we understand, through its lawyers, refused. The judge then granted the injunction. The Commission's application for leave to appeal the ruling was denied. The ruling comes as Wheatley has won the first stage of this battle against the Integrity Commission. Dr. Wheatley was represented, we understand, by Ransford Braham, King's Counsel, Abe Dabdoob and Nico Pagan, and he's also being represented by King's Counsel Peter Champagny. Another King's Counsel, Kevin Powell, is representing the Integrity Commission. So it's a high-level battle between high-powered lawyers. It's a high-stakes matter, and Dr. Wheatley has won an early victory based on what we are being told. You can listen for more at midday in the nationwide newscast.
The JLP promised prosperity. I am here to ask you the question, are you feeling that prosperity? The Jamaica Labour Party, the Andrew Holness administration promised the people prosperity. Can you feel it now? Comment yes or no. It's a Saturday, everybody, and the weekend continues. I hope you're enjoying your day so far. It's the weekend. You know what I'm about to say. Please, if you drink, don't drive, and drive carefully. Don't contribute to road fatalities that is already on a high in Jamaica. Already 2026. It's looking like it's going to surpass 2025. So please be very careful, alright? Different location, different setup with a whole heap of things to come. I've been saying that for quite some time, but just wait. In the meantime, leave a like on the video, share the video, repost the video, and follow the page. Now, yesterday I told you I was about to give you more information on what is currently happening with the country's only anti-corruption watchdog, which is the Integrity Commission. Alright? Now we hear the whole scenario with Andrew Wheatley, and there is an update for that. Okay? Now, first I must tell you that there is a victory in the first leg of Andrew Wheatley versus the Integrity Commission. Yes, he won the first leg. Yeah. But anyway, we're on the Prime Minister and the Integrity Commission. We must not forget, according to the People's National Party, Mark Golding, the leader, says that the Prime Minister is being investigated for illicit enrichment. He then took them to court on a motive to strike down certain parts of the report that was turned in against the Prime Minister. He lost that bid, okay? And now instead he found himself going straight to court with the Integrity Commission. Alright? Now I hear a person say that if the Prime Minister is not guilty and if he's not corrupted, he should have just opened the books and let the Integrity Commission see what is happening. But the Prime Minister gave a statement saying that how he managed to garner his riches was through certain things. And one of the things that he said in a statement given, and I quote, he bought a taxi. That's what he said. One of the things that turned the Prime Minister into a billionaire. But I am here to give you the source on what is currently happening, the intricate details behind the Integrity Commission's case against the Prime Minister of this country, because it is not looking good. I can tell you that. So, my people, I'm going to give you the report. You now, listen to this.
Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness, along with Imperium Holdings Limited, Positive Media Solutions Limited, and Positive Jamaica Foundation Limited, had asked the court to strike out several paragraphs of a second affidavit sworn by Craig Beresford, then the Commission's Director of Information and Complaints. The appellants argued the paragraphs were scandalous, frivolous, and vexatious, and that their prejudicial effect outweighed their probative value. Writing for the court, Justice Frank Williams finds the paragraphs were a direct response to the Prime Minister's own evidence. Dr. Holness had said in his affidavit that over the period 1997 to 2020, he submitted his statutory declarations as required and that they were certified and published. The court holds that Beresford was entitled to reply that there had in fact been difficulties with some of those earlier filings. Difficulties, the judgment notes, were ultimately resolved. The appellants also failed in their bid to force the Commission to hand over unredacted minutes of meetings of the Commission and 3 of its committees. The court found the redactions justifiable. It accepts sworn evidence from the Commission's in-house counsel that the blacked-out material relates to other investigations and to third parties unconnected to the Prime Minister, and that Section 56 of the Integrity Commission Act makes disclosure of such material an offense.
There you go. Can you feel it now? Enjoy your weekend, everybody. Bless up.
Big news coming out of the Supreme Court at this moment. You may recall that Dr. Andrew Wheatley brought an application before the court, with the respondents being Kevin Stevenson, Kellyanne Murdoch, and the Integrity Commission. This related to a report recently tabled in the Parliament concerning his financial dealings. And I'm understanding that firstly, the Supreme Court, I'm told, granted an injunction which momentarily halts a charge being laid against Dr. Andrew Wheatley until the hearing and the determination of his application for judicial review. So he's applied for permission to seek judicial review in relation to the Integrity Commission's recommendation that he's to be charged for illicit enrichment. The court has granted him permission to seek judicial review, and that is to be heard by a panel of 3, I'm understanding, based on the importance of the matter. And we really only get to understand what really took place when we see the actual perfected order. But I'm made to understand that the undertaking concerning a charge which was previously given the commission did not desire to give that undertaking again, in which event the injunction was put in place so that there'll be no charge until the matter is heard.
Jamaica, here we go again. The FLA lost its bid to block the Integrity Commission report, but they also granted leave to appeal. It's their rights. Go on to appeal. But remember, no one wins. The IC. What a shame and disgrace. Huh? After a man that dead for 25 days get a gun license, you don't have the audacity to take the IC to court? What a shame. Mr. Holness, you need to resign. You need to resign. You and your ministers, shameful. The shame bag full. Come on, man, the shame bag running over. This is embarrassing. Man dead for 25 days and get a gun license, and you all fighting the report to be blocked so us Jamaicans don't get the full episode of the series. You got to be kidding me. Let's go.
So, Mr. 1 p.m., I just got some news in 1 p.m., Mr. Andrew Holness. Are you ready to tell the people the whole truth and nothing but the truth about the Integrity Commission report that is leveled against you, right? Why you cannot have your statutory declaration certified up till now? Are you ready to tell the entire world, Mr. 1 p.m., Sir Dr. Holness, Andrew? Are you ready to talk? No? You still not ready? You'd rather have your IC report locked up down there in the chambers of the court? So you don't want to tell us anything. There's nothing you have to tell the people? Okay, well, have it your way, because whatever is done in the chambers will come into the public. Just like whatever is done in the dark will come to the light. We are willing to wait, Mr. 1 p.m. We will willing to wait and sing to our Lord God and Savior Jesus Christ. Because in God, oh yes, we trust. In God do we trust. Oh yes, follow me over here on the TikToks, Mrs. G. Oh yes, follow me over here on the TikToks.
Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness has lost his appeal against the Supreme Court ruling refusing to strike out portions of an affidavit filed by a senior Integrity Commission official. The affidavit, submitted by the Commission's former Director of Information and Complaints, Craig Beresford, forms part of the Prime Minister's legal challenge to the Commission's 2024 investigation report into his financial affairs. Dr. Holness had argued that sections of the affidavit were scandalous and sought to have them removed. Now, despite the setback, the Prime Minister previously succeeded in obtaining a court order requiring the Integrity Commission to disclose certain documents linked to its investigation as his substantive legal challenge continues. To other news, a man died from
I swear to God, I'm tired of this. I'm tired. I make everybody know. Me don't like we are going in Jamaica. Me don't like it. Me don't like it precious we are going in Jamaica. Too much. Look how long. Sita. Me not lie to you. Look how long this step on my window. And you're going to tell me, say, me get 10,000 I think it's just with this step on my window. I'm going to talk about, say, more S-line. Driving, operating motor vehicle while using specific electronic device while driving. Me dey on the spur tree. Me window them down in a hot. And me not have no AC in my car. None me not have. Right? Me not use the phone. The phone itch up right in the corner there, so me drive a Nissan Note. And the phone can't basically put nowhere else. And me always use this. I don't watch time police stop me and not tell me nothing about this. I say nothing about this. Right? And you give me $10,000 ticket and me tell you when me a pass through and yet still you not have no leniency for the spiritual in a night. You see me tell us me I go through hell and problem. And yet still give me ticket same way. For the spiritual. For the spiritual I come down me I take time and I drive me never see. I have to talk about in a S-line and in a corner right over there, so. What you mean? Look how long me put me always obviously is sitting over there, so what you mean? Say suppose to there me can't bother with their rules and regulation there, so I swear to God, God hurry up and come! Me tired! Oh God! I swear! I'm freaking there people and then signals happen! A peer problem! You're gonna tell me say me can't just get one little time off. You're gonna give me $10,000 to get the fuck me to get $10,000 from. And I be alone and me an orphan. Fuck! I'm tired of this man. I swear to God. Me just can't pay. Me have to do how much people have to pay how much bills for the regular. You're gonna tell me say this me I draw this man. I would deliberately and if it's smite a company road and I give people unnecessary ticket. Unnecessary ticket to not give people. It's not make no sense. We can't say if somebody is sick or something, you can't even you want to take something, you want to drink something, you can't eat nothing. Really? And you're gonna, I swear to God, me rather park the car. Me rather park it. Cause me just a talk about to myself earlier that this, me have a continuously and go through this all fucking car. And yet still, me I try to keep you up and you try to put more pressure on me. Andrew Holness, I swear to God, you're not a mess right now. You're not trying to protect nobody. You're not trying, you just support people outside and Jamaica, you not see what we under pressures them what we under. Right? You teach me, you make people that teach me in a school. And you not teach them the basics. I hope you understand the fucking system. You just put the pressure on we saw. And just deal with we saw. I swear to God. Me say if God no come in due time. I swear. Tired. I'm tired now, you know. Me have to cry. Me feel so me can't believe. Me are trying to ease certain issues and stress off of my head. I mean not even touch the phone and drive me and drive no for the first moment. My advice spiritual you come down. Make me not touch the phone. The phone be in the corner right now, so. I don't give me $10,000 to get $10,000 from. You think me I want a day woman there when no kind of man have evil. I try now that make it worse. Oh God, me can't bother. No man. No. I swear. Me can't bother with this. Me can't bother with this. Right on the spirit tree. I just have my phone in the corner right there, so just right now I use this. Just this me use. And you gonna tell me say, Constable Constable Evans J. Anyway, I feel bad. Me fling out the seat out and I'm gonna talk about me, I'm gonna charge me for littering. Just because they're ready to arrest me. God, I tell you no. You see, if you want to know no support system, you're rough in a man. You're rough in a, you're trying now. And you're trying now. If you're going to do something illegal, a problem, you know. If you do something illegal, a problem. But, God, Jesus, mercy on us, Lord God, but this hurts, dear God. Have mercy on us, dear Father God Almighty. We have to walk by our face when we thing you can't give nobody no blind. Nothing.
Dr. Tufton is back in the headlines, and what he's saying is that it's dangerous for the economy of Jamaica if people are not having children, right? And what I want to say, Mr. Tufton, is when last you visit us and sit with us, I mean, walking in the streets and talking to us is nothing. When last have you come to our house to see how we've been living? When last have you checked our refrigerators? When last have you checked how much money we owe JPS and we current get cut off? When last have you checked that we don't have, some of us don't have water, some of us we still recover from Hurricane Melissa, right? When last have you came to our doors and really check what's going on for some of us single mothers where the father not do nothing? And no matter how you carry them go court, them still not do nothing. Or they might do it the first week and then tap. When last have you checked to see that we are mentally drained? When last have you done your research to see that no matter how much resume we send out, we not get to work? Because you have to know somebody in there. When last have you really checked to see that the farm work card them, a lot of times they don't distribute like how they should? It'll go to family member and it'll go to who you know, who that person where give out the farm work card know. You understand? It's not a situation where everybody are getting a pick and choose. You understand? Like, when last have you gone to the children home and see those kids who their parents had to give them up because they can't support them? Why not take care of them? The children them will reach all them teenage years will live at home, right? Why you know build upon them and teach them some skills, make them build up society? When last have you checked on those kids in the children home to see what they need and help them to grow and become good upholding members of society before you send we go breed? Fix that. Next thing we need to fix a hospital, because we can't have picnic and dead. That's the first thing. A lot of people, they are having children and they are dying because of what the stress the mother go through and a hospital, the negligence. Let's talk about that as well. You dare not come to me and tell me anything. I had my daughter at 17 and I got a 4-degree tear. It went from my vagina straight to my ass, and I have the scar to show. And while I was giving birth, I was bleeding out, only to be left bleeding out for that doctor to call another senior doctor to come stitch me, because when him did a stitch me still a bleed, and him pull it out, and they never wait until me get numb up, so me feel every needle and me feel every joke. Trust me. Me couldn't sit down for almost 1 week. Me maga and me black. Too much blood me lose. Like, my complexion totally changed. I lost weight and I got stomach ulcer because of that. And I had to sit out in the outpatient for hours and suffer. By the time they got to me, the doctor didn't go on lunch. And by the time they come back from lunch, pharmacy locked, so me have to stay. Me have to wait until one next day to get my medication and draw me dead self go get the medication because I never have money to go to pharmacy. And let's talk about kids that have disabilities. What are you doing for those kids? Because when we breed, you know, we don't know the man genetics, you know, and some we not even know we own genetics. So we don't know how the picnic will come out. So when we breed and the picnic have a disability, what package do you have for us? For us to take care of your kids? And the last time me check, me not think you know the village, because there is none. There is no village. The grandmother at work, grandfather at work, auntie at work, uncle at work, cousins at work. So when we breed, it's not like back in the days where there was a village where you could have left the picnic yard and go walk. That's not it, because everybody have to work for pay rent and light bill and buy food. So you need to really check on that before you put it out there. Say it's dangerous because people are not having kids. We see people are coming and beg every day. and I suffer with them picnic, and you want we bring, and not all of we have the art for care picnic come here and make them suffer. Some people have the art, and not all of we have it, because me sure as hell don't have the art to have picnic and suffer. And let's talk about applying for jobs. When you apply for jobs right now, you have to sometimes, a lot of times, know people internally, because when you apply your resume, I get kicked, and everything is done online these days. Right? Do you have at the library, Dr. Tufton, is it possible for you to put say a teacher or somebody there that can help people to create their resumes and can help people to do interview prep for free? Where we can go there on Saturday and we know so we are going to meet with Miss Henry, and Miss Henry I going to show you how to create a resume for pass the ATS software where I kick them where a lot of people don't know about. Will you be able to provide some sort of assistance for help someone we apply for job, because someone we don't know nothing how to apply to job, or to create account, or to create an email and stuff like that? Can you have that free class, please? And I know you're doing your best with heart where some things are free and this and that, but are you doing job placements as well? Do you have any connections, Mr. Tufton, with the Caribbean countries where we can graduate with your certificate and your help we get some work permit in them Caribbean country where we can go work? Canada alone did America for teachers and nurses and blah. What about us? Where we can go up to the nursing level or the teaching level? What about building a relationship with the Caribbean countries and surrounding countries where a lot of us can go and work? If you can do that, we might consider breeding.
So a lot of residents are not impressed. They're actually quite angry that beaches they were once able to use for free, they can no longer use because these beaches are being bought up by private investors. Unfortunately, the government is just prioritizing private investors over the locals. So I watched on ITV News why Jamaica's beaches are off limits to locals. Make sure you guys follow me as every single day I talk about interesting documentaries and news stories that nobody else is talking about. Now, it says here that Jamaicans only have access to 1% of beach. There is a law that decides government is who is responsible, or government is in charge for who gets access to the beach, whether it's private investors or the local residents. And of course they prioritize, the private investors. I think it's very concerning that they only have access to 1% of beach when before they had access obviously to a lot more. The beaches are theirs. They used to go to the beach all the time, swim, it was normal. But now they go and try and swim in a beach water and police are pulling up with weapons telling them you can't swim here. In a beach they used to swim in freely. This woman was basically saying that she walks on the beach, gets her exercise in, she used to walk about for her health. If they get rid of the beach, she's got nowhere to walk. Many people consider the beach as more than just a beach. It's part of their culture, their identity and their homes. And unfortunately, I just think it's annoying living somewhere, going somewhere as you were since birth, or since you were a kid, since you were a baby, and now you can't do that anymore because private investors want to buy up the land. Now, the argument for beaches being privatized is that they need to be maintained. And that is why lots of big investors are buying up beaches. Otherwise, they'll be neglected and vandalized. I'm not really buying this because even then, locals should still be able, there should be deals where locals can use the beach for free and then tourists can pay. But that just doesn't happen.
Positive greeting, positive energy. My side, Andrew Holness want to relocate to the people them. I bring receipt. I want to watch a video with me, alright? Watch it.
Welcome back to Primetime News. We are not moving. That declaration this evening from residents of Party in St. Elizabeth over an announcement from the Prime Minister, Dr. Andrew Holness, that they will be relocated. Now, the coastal community was devastated by Hurricane Melissa, and residents have been struggling to rebuild. Krista Campbell has details.
Devastated seaside community in St. Elizabeth and a government's plan to relocate those unable to rebuild. But not even heavy rains could stop the people of Parity from sending this message on Tuesday.
The Prime Minister have been right to say what I say, but I'm not right because I have to come ask you what we want. No, we live here. What we have about?
I come here, I'm in a left for business they run. They are part of business community. I have tourists come here.
them have to have one room for me, because I don't know where I go.
I am not leaving, and the whole community is standing up. They are not leaving.
A boat tossed by the sea onto what's left of a backyard pool gives only a glimpse of the extensive damage Hurricane Melissa left behind here in Parvati. Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness has not said exactly where the residents will be relocated to, but the name of one community has already come up.
But we don't got my friend. Me can't play. Me is a fisherman. Me is a tour driver. Me can't play. Me have time, yes, so. But if me broke right now, you can arena for me not gonna play ball right now. But me have people should come, you can arena never turn them back.
Yeah, there is no plot of land which have been used for farming within this area, right? Most of the residents they benefit from the sea.
I'm ready to aware of this, and there's no town hall meeting. And you just hear that you have to relocate it.
Blocks, steel, sand, and other construction materials are evidence that the rebuilding process is far advanced here in Parvati. And two-story buildings like the one behind me are even clearer evidence that the people intend to rebuild in the only community they say they've known, which is why their response is clear.
Well, I'm like my third generation fisherman in my family. So if Andrew relocate me, I don't have nowhere to put my equipment on my boat. So I cannot leave.
After Hurricane Melissa, I myself.
Sir Jackfruit blood clot nose, aka Andrew Holness. Sir Jackfruit nose, Mr. Bro Hag, aka no love for Jamaican people. So could Andrew Holness. Come here, come to the front of class, sir. Free speech, I'm using it. Yeah, no one life is being threatened. No, come here. So could Andrew Holness, I need you to step forward to the front of the class, because I do not understand. What you mean? You are move bumbuckler Jamaican poor people from when them born and grow and them family and alive, leave them, land give them. And you attack, take it upon yourself. You big and mighty. So could Andrew Holness, puppet Andrew Holness. You are the only one that decided that you are going to relocate the people them. Yeah, send the people them go plant blood clot yam and a fisherman them. How the bumbuckler you can send fishermen to go plant yam? Eh? You want the man to go chop and dig off them foot and their hand, chop off their hand and their foot? Eh? The man they know throw a rod and go to a bumbuckler see go catch them fish. You want to take away people that land to be a smart city. You bumbuckler so could Andrew Holness. You all on the labor right now. When you come here back on the bumbuckler so could Prime Minister. One thing I can't tell you in the labor right. I pray say I only show up on yourself first. We live in a bumbuckler St. Elizabeth Priory. Priory, I wait there, yeah. I hope say on the first day front of bumbuckler line and speak against an unjust Prime Minister. Yeah, when I don't love who and nobody in our country, only in pocket and the white people them. You know, hear him already tell us as long as blood clot him make the white people them happy, him not care about nothing. That's why America can have big warship power bumbuckler island. Yeah, America happy. And then when the Cuba they start retaliate and China and bumbuckler Russia, Jamaica go feel it. Yeah, now this so-called boy I can tell me people them say want to relocate them because him have intentions for them land. Yeah. Only because him have intention for them land, that's why him tell these people about how you going to relocate them. Relocate the people them say them not moving. Jamaican people them say them not move. The man said, one of the person said, him is a third generation fisherman. Where him carry him boat them go, and one lady said she spent 5 million for build up back her place after Melissa. So what is it that the government intend to do? Take these people and put them in a container after some of these people have 3-story house. What will they be compensated? Eh? I heard Bruce Golding asking America and Andrew Holness, where is the money after and kick out China and Cuba out of the country? Who is going to get it? Not Jamaican people. Hey, they say that a civil war will be breaking out soon down there, and Jamaican people may openly make it be an island-wide spread, and everybody go make Andrew Holness resign. Who no go cry if Andrew Holness resign? He is too cruel and wicked towards the people. Him not no love. Melissa pass and gone almost a year coming. A few months make it a year. Melissa bumbuckler pass and gone. People still are suffer. People still are hungry. And now him not roll out none of the plan them. All him do sell Jamaican people dreams. But the labor them not gonna like me because I talk the truth. And me use my free speech. Yeah, me not threaten him. Me not tell him say no. No. He is the bumbuckler, biggest thief and most powerful man in Jamaica right now. So how me if you go like say me want to threaten nobody life? No, who is me? I will not threaten no one life. Nobody whatsoever. No. I just don't like the thing he is doing. And I am an entertainer. So Sir Jack for blood clot note. So could Andrew Holness, me no business, it's called free speech. Your life is not being threatened. If you want to feel away, me no blood clot business. Do better in our country and do better for my people them. And I will respect you and approach you better. Yes, but I don't know me already my side. And Jamaica people, worldwide people, I mean, TikTok said to press the go live button. Please press the go live button my side. Yeah, TikTok said to tell you no, please press the go live button. Yeah. Press the go live. But I don't know me already. This video is for entertainment purpose only. Like, share, follow me.
Prime Minister Andrew Holness, I am not going to say anything. I am going to show it to you so you can see. I like how you see it. The people them are asking, at least, don't take my word, I show you already. Why is it you and your cabinet is the only one financially free? They want to know. They want to know. Answer the question, Andrew Holness.
My advice to Mr. Holness is a simple one. I made some inquiries and I'm told that he has a bag. I say to him, start packing because you are going. And if you don't believe me, speak to Mr. Golden, Bruce that is. Pack your bags, put in your clothes and your belongings because you can't stay as Prime Minister of Jamaica because the international reputation of Jamaica is important and you have, by allowing these allegations, brought Jamaica into disrepute.
Folks, as you know, tomorrow is Mr. Andrew Holness, our current Prime Minister of Jamaica, versus Mr. Paul Buchanan, because as you know, Mr. Andrew Holness did not really win the general election September 3rd. No, he didn't. What I heard word on the street, the allegedly and the allegations is that boxes were thrown down a gully. And people sell out and bank account full of money to make Mr. Andrew Holness win his election, right? And all kinds of craziness. So I'm hoping that the allegations will become strong evidence that we could call another election. Folks, follow me. My name is Mrs. G. I don't even know what to wear. Do I wear, for tomorrow's special day when he's dethroned? Should I be wearing, bright orange for the PNP? Because, folks, I just love the PNP and I love the people of Jamaica. So follow me over here on the TikToks. I don't know what to wear. Oh, it's going to be a great day. I can't wait. Oh, yes.
Central St. Andrew Paul Buchanan, the preliminary results bear no resemblance to the history and data of the constituency.
This constituency has 13,400 voters, and never before has the Mullines division recorded the numbers we were seeing in any general election.
Mr. Buchanan is alleging the irregularities were concentrated at the police stations in areas considered People's National Party strongholds.
At DuPont in particular, the conflict in terms of the outturn or the outcome and the numbers, the preliminary numbers, could not be supported.
At the Taylor Basic School, the Moore Road cluster, more irregularities, he claims.
Again, there we had significant numbers, so much so that After a visit by Andrew Holness yesterday, voting was ordered stopped, inexplicable.
He says his team is also investigating the strange removal of several boxes.
Is that there were some boxes over Seward Drive or the Seward School cluster that went to the polling station long after everywhere else in Jamaica, despite the fact that it was about 300 yards away or 300 meters away between Seward School and the counting center. And when my attorney asked for an explanation, they said that the responsible person was sick. Now, we'll have to go into that as far as the sickness is concerned, or who was the responsible person, whether as a presiding officer. The question will be asked again at Druze Avenue, where another of our strong cluster of boxes. The pickup people took a route which is inexplicable. Instead of going straight from Mullines, coming up Mullines and go straight through to Bay Farm and Waltham to the counting center, they went through a hazardous path, a perilous path, down Olympic to drop off 2 policewomen. And we have witnesses of all these things, and through a throng of JLP, crowd and all of that, to 3 Mile and then up.
Mr. Buchanan is calling for a thorough investigation, but says he has not officially reported the matter to the EOJ as he's gathering evidence and will do so in a week.
Dr. Holness, now Hugh, he was declared the winner, right, in 2025, in the general election. Talk to me about what your client is alleging and what evidence does he have that could potentially overturn the result?
Well, the evidence is very strong, very compelling. A lot of voter breaches of the Representation of the People's Act, which should have been sufficient to overturn the polls, the result of the polls. It's very compelling evidence. And I think it's a very strong case that Mr. Buchanan has. Very strong. And all we need is just to apply the law. And once you apply the law, I think it is a foregone conclusion that the election will be voided.
And talk me through that, Hugh, because if things work out in your favor and in the favor of Mr. Buchanan, what happens next? Does that mean that Jamaica will have to have another election, or that the Prime Minister will be forced to step aside, or there will have to be a by-election for his seat? What happens?
When the election is voted, then the Prime Minister no longer sits in Parliament, so there will have to be a new Prime Minister.
Wow. And
that's a reality of the situation.
I mean, listen, you seem like a very reputable, sensible man. I've read your background. You've been around a long time. Yeah. Surely, in a case like this, you wouldn't be pursuing this for the sake of it. So you're saying that there is compelling evidence out there.
Very compelling evidence. Very compelling evidence. Very compelling.
Hugh, for people who are watching this, haven't taken
and the evidence the evidence is not challenged by the other side. It's not like they are saying it didn't happen. They're not saying that these things didn't happen. So it is unchallenged evidence.
Is speaking.
Has issued a strong warning to those who continue to intentionally spread false information. It's not clear who or what the Prime Minister was referring to, but he says Jamaica is at risk.
Will not stand and allow falsehoods, misrepresentations, downright lies, and mischief to lead this country astray. This government is committed to communicate with the people of Jamaica on every issue, on every falsehood, on every false claim. We will be toe-to-toe responding. And we're going to step up our response as well. Because some of what is said borders on inciting violence. Much of what is said is also illegal and unlawful under Jamaican law. And we intend to prosecute those persons who break the law in this. The nation is at risk if we do not act.
Jamaican people, we need to get rid of Andrew Holness out of Jamaica, and we need to force Andrew Holness to resign Look at this. When you see Andrew Holness make Jamaica as a big laughing stock all across the world, Jamaica fall off, you know. Jamaica fall really off because Jamaica is a laughing stock all over the world, and because of this wicked, thieving government named Andrew Holness. Yeah.
Politics is more important than humanity for the opposition. That is why they take the decisions they take. That's why they were caught in the recording speaking casually about what I think is a crime against humanity. It is a crime against humanity to plot and scheme to prevent the advancement of a bill that is meant to help people who have been disenfranchised. People like the citizens of Westmoreland and Hanover, that is completely controlled by the PNP. They don't even care about their own supporters. The political positions of the party are more important than the lives of the human beings they have been elected to serve. And it is not enough for Mark Golding to say this was not an official group. The people who are caught in the recordings, the gentleman who said that they know that it would have bypassed, that if it went to local government, we would have made issues with it. That gentleman is a spokesperson for the opposition. And we're not going to dance around it. It is not enough. Plotting and scheming to prevent people from getting what is needed for them to advance their lives is a crime against humanity. It's as though it is a requirement to be a despicable human being to be a member of the PNP. And I see some people trying to brush it off like it's light. It is bringing us into their psyche. That's how they think. That's why they told us that we shouldn't put our children on the official rural school bus program for the government. Them going to put them in a pro box taxi. That's why they voted against the state of emergency, the very thing that brought down crime.
Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness has lost his appeal against the Supreme Court ruling refusing to strike out portions of an affidavit filed by a senior Integrity Commission official. The affidavit, submitted by the Commission's former Director of Information and Complaints, Craig Beresford, forms part of the Prime Minister's legal challenge to the Commission's 2024 investigation report into his financial affairs. Dr. Holness had argued that sections of the affidavit were scandalous and sought to have them removed. Despite the setback, the Prime Minister previously succeeded in obtaining a court order requiring the Integrity Commission to disclose certain documents linked to the investigation as his substantive legal challenge continues.
Wagwan, the beautiful people of Jamaica. I hope you are all doing well and having a blessed Sunday. Welcome back to this amazing channel. Today we are going to talk about a very big news out from Jamaica. So the Prime Minister, Andrew Holness, has actually lost his appeal against the Integrity Commission of Jamaica. Of course, you're talking about Jamaica. So the Court of Appeal in Jamaica dismissed this challenge from him, whereby, and actually this particular decision has sparked an outrageous debate across the entire island, and that is why I attached some clips here so that, yeah, you can see the evidence, right? So what do you think happened? How do you think all this got here? What do you think will happen next? And okay, today we will actually talk about all these things, right? And so that you may be able to understand, we're going to talk about how it began, how it went, and why we are here now. So in order for all of us to understand this story, we need to actually talk about how this particular story started. So Jamaica in itself created this particular institution called the Integrity Commission, and its main purpose was to create or to promote, not really create, but to promote honesty in public offices, you know. So the job was to investigate like possible corruption. Yeah, if they see any mismanagement of funds, they're the first to speak out and expose it. So it was also created to ensure that it checks whether public officials, okay, those that work for the public or the public servant, it was to ensure that this particular Integrity Commission was to ensure that it properly checks on their assets and income and ensure that they declare them. So the commission exists to strengthen public trust from the word go. So, and it doesn't like segregate. Yeah, it has to treat everybody like equally, and that also includes the prime minister. So this particular story that we are talking about, it gained a lot of attention after the commission reviewed Andrew Holness 2021 statutory declaration. So according to investigators, they said that they examined his financial records. When you talk about financial records, we are talking about the bank accounts, the businesses that he does or interests, the investments and other financial transactions. So the review actually covered thousands of transactions over many years. So according to the commission's findings, they actually released a report that raised questions about how the prime minister, amassed that particular wealth and the declaration all. However, it's also important to understand that the commission's report was not a criminal conviction from the word go. It just raised a concern and it made findings. The prime minister rejected those findings, of course, and he said that he had actually done anything wrong. He said that, some information that are being relied upon by investigators was actually inaccurate. And he said that the banking errors contributed to misunderstandings. So that's where the legal battles began, by the way. So instead of the prime minister accepting the report, he went to court and he challenged part of the Integrity Commission's findings. His legal team argued that, some certain sections of the affidavit that was filed by a senior commissioner should be removed. And of course, they described all these portions as unfair and prejudicial. So the commission disagreed and argued that the material was relevant to the case and should remain before the court. So the first session then begins. That was in the year 2025, whereby the Supreme Court considered the arguments, and Justice Jarrett refused to strike out the disputed sections of the affidavit, and the judge ruled that most of the challenge material could actually remain. However, the ruling also required that the commission to disclose some documents that are being requested by the prime minister's side legal team. So the decision was not entirely one-sided, as you can see. However, the prime minister, Andrew Holness, appealed. So he was not satisfied, of course, and that's why he appealed, and his legal team appealed the ruling on his behalf. Because, they wanted the Court of Appeal to overturn the Supreme Court's decision, while the appeal was kind of pending. It's not like it had actually come out fully. So the judicial review was temporarily kind of paused. So all of us are left waiting for the appeal, for the appellate court's decision, and finally they came out and spoke, and that is why we are here today. So the latest development is that the Court of Appeal dismissed that particular appeal from Andrew Holness, and the judges found no legal error in the earlier ruling. So that will mean that the disputed affidavit remains to be part of the case. And also the court has lifted the stay that had paused the proceedings. So the judicial review can now continue in the Supreme Court as we speak. And the court also, it ordered the Prime Minister and the claimants to pay the legal cost of the Integrity Commission and its official, the money that they have been spending throughout that particular period. So, what do you think this particular story mean to the people of Jamaica? Does it mean that Andrew Holness has been found guilty? That no, that the answer is definitely no. This particular ruling was all about a procedural appeal, nothing else. It was not a final judgment on the allegation. Let's understand that. And the Court of Appeal did not decide whether the Prime Minister committed anything wrong. Instead, it just decided that the Supreme Court handled this particular procedural issue correctly, and that the main judicial review is still going to be had. So this story matters so much. Even though this was a procedural ruling, it's still very significant because the legal challenge is meant to continue, right? Questions about transparency will remain in the public eye, of course. Supporters of the Prime Minister Andrew Holness are like saying he deserves a fair hearing as well. And the opposition or the critics, they are saying that accountability must apply equally to everyone in Jamaica. So as you can see, both those that are supporting him and those that are criticizing him, they have a very, very important perspective. And now Jamaica is talking left, right, center. So the community, the citizens of Jamaica, they have not been left behind. They have come out to speak, and across the entire island, they are actually sharing different opinions about this particular issue. And by the way, I attached some videos here, and I know you listen to them. So some Jamaicans believe that the courts are actually demonstrating judicial independence, while others are saying that the legal process is taking too long. I don't know what your take on that. And of course, you have those that believe that, you know, the only thing that we want is just the truth, nothing else. We don't want, the only thing that we want is the truth, regardless of the political affiliations. You know, the people of Jamaica want confidence in public institutions, and I can honestly tell you that this is something that every democracy depends on, you know. And what do you think will happen next? What do you think, guys? The case, as we speak, it has actually returned to the Supreme Court, and the review will continue. The court will examine the substantive legal issues surrounding the Integrity Commission's investigations. Whatever the outcome, guys, I mean, we don't know, but it could have lasting implications, not only for Andrew Holness, but also for the future investigations that involve public officials in Jamaica. So this particular case could actually shape how transparency laws are interpreted in Jamaica. This story is more about it's about more than just one politicians. And okay, it's not just about this particular prime minister. The story is about trust, accountability, the rule of law, and it gets to explain why court cases most of the time move slowly. Anyway, every ruling that happens in any case, in whichever country, it normally defines a democratic institution that functions. Kindly let me know what you think in the comment section below. Did the Court of Appeal make the right decision? Yes or no? Do you think that this ruling will strengthen confidence in Jamaica's justice system? Let me know. Do you think that there are still important questions that needs to be answered? Let me know. Kindly comment down below. Subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next video.